Well, turn with me, if you would, this morning to Acts 17. We jump back in where we left off back in April, a little bit more than halfway through this great narrative, this great book of the book of Acts. As you know, we had our missions focus with 4 of our missionaries coming and preaching in person. That was an encouragement and a challenge and really tied in well with what we've seen in the book of Acts and the mission strategy by Paul and his team and as they went out planting churches and establishing churches. We had 21 sermons in the book of Galatians, and that was a real joy and hopefully a great reminder to us of how quickly things can get off the rails if we are not careful to guard the gospel, and that gave us an idea of the kind of things that the Apostle Paul had to think about and deal with as he was going from city to city, as we'll see today, picking up where we left off, that he had to write back and be concerned about the churches he just planted. And God used the letter to the Galatians in their life, and certainly in our lives, I can attest. I know it did for me as we took that break to the letter to the Galatians. So we jump back in, though, to Acts today, in Acts 17, and as we do that, though, I think it's very helpful, though, that we reset some things and remind ourselves of some things as we get back into the book of Acts this morning. Number one, we need to be reminded that we're really changing gears here in terms of changing the genre or the type of literature that we're looking at when we come to a narrative verse, an epistle. For Galatians was an epistle or a letter written to a particular audience with a purpose, where narrative, like the book of Acts, is what we're looking at. It's a narrative. So they are different genres. Where in an epistle, the pattern is very clear. It's very obvious what the pattern is, what the point of an epistle is. Typically, the pattern